Good morning, it's Tuesday. It's about 8:30. I just left, not just, maybe about an hour ago, I left the little town of Hixson. Teeny tiny little place, a couple of grocery stores, gas station, a formal campground, and then a couple of motels that had campgrounds and other things attached. So I stopped at the motel and it had like 10 rooms, but it also had like a trailer park attached, an RV park attached, and then a couple of spots for tent campers. So I stayed there for 15 bucks versus the $28 at the formal campground down the road. And it was great. I was the only person in a tent, had good hot showers, and just worked out real well. So I just did a big climb, 700 feet, coming up out of the valley where Hixson sits. And now I'm headed to Prince George today. It's going to be about a 40-mile ride. I don't know what the train's going to be like. I've given up on trying to analyze Google Maps or talk to the locals or predict what it's going to do. It is what it is. But tag along for the day. I'm going to do some little short videos as I do this little 40-mile ride today. So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've been pedaling for about an hour and a half. Starting to warm up, so I usually like to pull over after about an hour of pedaling and do my morning stuff. Brush my teeth, get my sunscreen on, take all the extra clothes off. The highway's starting to get active, so I'll probably put my iPod on. And it's about 11 o'clock. Talking to the locals over the past couple days about this stretch between Hixson and Prince George, they were all referring to the scales. The scales are at the top of the hill. It's all downhill to Prince George from there. So we'll see. It's about 11:30. Just about 25 miles in. I don't know, it's probably like 80 degrees right now. The terrain's pretty easy, actually, pedaling. I've climbed about 1,300 feet. It's time for my sandwich. I bought this at Hixson last night before I went to camp. So that'll be my my lunch until I get to Prince George. It's about noon, and I'm about 14 kilometers. That's about 9 miles to Prince George. Just pedaling through the outskirts, Prince George. Really big, huge, wide highway, big, huge shoulder. Lots of noise, and working my way into Prince George. Not a lot to see. I'm not sure how big this town is. I think it's pretty good size. I'm going to be looking for a library, and hopefully it'll be open so I can hang out and loiter a while, waste some time. Pedaling, pedaling. So I made it to the visitor center here. This is Prince George, and they're telling me that when I get to Port Hardy, the problem I've got is that I need to get to the campground. The ferry's going to get there at 11:30 at night, and I'll have to figure out how to get from the port to the campground with no lights, which I don't want to buy lights just for one little ride. But anyway, check out this place. I was able to bring my bicycle right inside. Huge staff. Mapping services. Nice place to sit.